So, got another story to tell. I just have an interesting life, what can I say? Well, so, I had a long day of classes. You know, my classes start at 7:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they don't get over until about 4 or 5. So by the time I got home, I was starving, so I came home with some of my roommates, but they had to check the laundry, so they went in the back door, and I was like, nah, I want to go in the front. I don't want to go up the back kind of stairwell. It's kind of creepy. There's no cameras. It seems kind of sketchy. Pretty sure it's a makeout area, but my roommates disagree. Pretty sure I've seen people going back there, but anyways, so I walk through the front, and I climb up all the stairs. I live on the 4th floor of my building, and there's no elevator. And so you have to climb up all these stairs. You know, I get to my floor, and I open my door, and I put my key in, and it doesn't work. I get a red light. And I was like, okay, maybe it was a fluke, so I put it in again. I tried a couple more times, and it's still not working. And I'm like, did I break? Is my key broken? Is it not working? But then I was like, well, that wouldn't make sense because I just really used it to get into the building, so it's somebody's key from this building. But the only person whose key I could have logically switched with would have been one of my roommates, in which case the key still would have unlocked our apartment door. So I was like, well, that's weird. Well, at this point, I was just hungry. I didn't care. I didn't want to, figure all this out, so I was like, you know what? I'll just text my roommate, tell her to let me in. So I text my roommate, and, at this point, I start knocking on the door, and I hear someone go into the bathroom, and I was like, oh, great, well, I have to let them know I'm out here. So I start full-on pounding on the door. I am pounding on this door, and I'm like, freaking, why won't they open the door? Why will they not let me in? And then as I'm just pounding on the door, my roommate texts me back, and she's like, what do you mean you need to be let in? And I was like, well, I'm pounding on the door. How do you not hear me? And she's like, you're not knocking on our door. And I was like, what? So I look up, and I see, a picture on this door. I was like, my door doesn't have this picture on it. I look at the number. I was on the 3rd floor. I had not actually, in my hungered state, I had not made it up to the 4th floor where my apartment was. And I was knocking on a stranger's door, trying to get in. Now, I had been jiggling the handle and pounding on the door. I know the girls that live in that apartment. They're the most innocent, sweetest girls ever, and I'm pretty sure they were terrified. Well, at this point, I hear someone opening the bathroom door in this apartment. I was like, oh, crap, I do not want them to answer the door because I have just gone, full-on axe murderer on them, pounding on their door and trying to get into their room. So I was just like, I gotta get out of here. So I, run up the stairs to, and I hurry and, get into my room. And right as I'm closing the door of my apartment door, I hear someone just kind of open the door and just say, hello? And I was like, I am never going to let them know this was me. And I just shut the door. And I'm sitting there panting. And then I just burst out laughing. And my roommate is like, what is going on? I thought you said your key didn't work. And your key doesn't work when it's not your room. So hopefully the poor girls in apartment 304 do not think an axe murderer or kidnapper is out to get them. But, it's good they keep their doors locked and don't open it for strangers. Moral of the day.